Oh, here he is.
Hey!
George, before we let you go, a lot of people get the opportunity to see Deommodore's play on the field.
That they do.
Nobody gets to see him in the locker room.
Nope.
Or what kind of teammate he is.
Yep.
So what does he mean to the 49ers?
Ooh. Well, just to prepare for this, I sent out a couple texts to a couple of people that know Demo pretty well, teammates, coaches. And so I had two responses back pretty quick, and that kind of stuck with me. First off was Kyle Juszczyk. And your guys' lockers are decently close, aren't they?
Yeah.
Same side. And I asked Juice, I was like, give me a good teammate story about Demo. And he said immediately, he was like, literally this morning, Demo walked in and hyped me up because he said I was a cheat code at Madden. And that he was winning football games with him literally just yesterday. And just that energy that he brings because he won a game of Madden with Juice just to hype him up, just made Juice's entire day, and he just had a smile on his face the entire day. Because I don't know how many people use Juice that much in Madden, but this guy does. Secondly, I called Coach Shanahan on my drive over and asked him, and he gave me two stories. One was he's always loved how Demo plays football and how aggressive he is. And he really remembered the time in rookie minicamp when Demo jammed a guy at the line of scrimmage in rookie minicamp, and you're not supposed to put hands on each other, and then he posted a video of it and got Kyle fined $100,000. That was one story. The other one, which I completely agree with, is just how the way that Demo is every single day, nobody has to hype him up. He brings 100% effort, he brings 100% energy every single day. And when you have someone that does that and loves their craft and also loves the game of football, it brings everyone around him along with him. So like all the DBs, the young guys, the D-line, when you see it go out there and you see Demo hitting people, getting interceptions, talking smack to guys, like that energy is infectious. And everybody wants to, kind of bring that energy just like Demo does. And so he's an inspiration to a bunch of guys on the team. He's an inspiration to a lot of guys that watch him, to many of the fans that watch him. And just being such a good teammate, leading by example, this guy's one of the best to do it. So congratulations to Demo.
Now my magic trick concludes.
I'm out.
You're out. You're out. Congratulations. This is such an incredible honor. Obviously, George was a former recipient. Fred Warner, also a former recipient. You guys can't see, but on this football, it says resilient, respectful, and reliable. And I know all of you, a lot of you have been to this event many times, and Dwight Clark was described as the ultimate teammate. What does winning this award mean to you?
It means everything. Just walking in that building, walking in that facility, and just seeing all these stars, seeing all these players that I play with in Madden.
Who was your favorite that you now play with?
George, it really is George.
Yes.
At the house, I was just playing Madden with Chase Lucas. He became one of my best friends. I know everybody see the whole NFC Championship game video of us going at it, but since the Niners have signed him, we've been like the best friends. I just just see the guys every day and just ready to just make history, and I'm just so blessed to be there and to be around all them guys, and just so much positivity and just so much good things that I think we can put together there.
Well, you're now the ultimate teammate. What does that mean to you, to be recognized in that way, to have the organization and people put you on that pedestal?
It means the world. It means the world to me. I feel like I'm a team player first. I've always been a team player. Just going into last season, I was playing two positions, and I just kind of told Coach, I'm just put me wherever you need me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a team player, and I just adapt to my environment.
All right, we got. Well, actually, first off, how did that conversation with Kyle go? That he was talking about.
Oh yeah.
The $100,000 fine.
They didn't tell me in the beginning, So he was kind of lenient on me, but I was kind of sad. You know, I was like, oh, I'm about to get cut.
I'm just wondering what it was like at the office. You're like,
I was
hiding in the cafeteria.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him for about a year. I was so nervous. I didn't want to upset him.
That's amazing. Okay, so the schedule was just released not that long ago. We actually have it. Let's get a look at it. This is crowd participation, by the way, because I want to know which game you guys are most excited about. We got it. My magic only works on George Kittle. It doesn't work on the screen. Anyway, you guys know the schedule. We'll get it up there eventually. Any game that stands out to anybody? All of them.
Rams.
Okay. Yeah, the Rams one. I feel like that was one that you could circle. Yeah, Rams.
Yeah,
Thursday night Rams.
The Thursday night Rams.
Is that what stands out to you?
That's the one for me.
Oh, here we go. My magic was delayed. Delayed magic. So that Thursday night game, October 2nd. Is that the one you guys are most excited about? What gets you excited about that game? Is it the challenge that the Rams present?
It's really, it's a division game. They're like rivals, and they talk a lot. So I feel like for last year we owed them, we owed them double.
Oh. So you guys pay attention when other teams talk, huh?
Well, I do. Because it kind of fueled me. It kind of fueled me during the week. I kind of let my DB room know what's going on and like how they feel about us, and then just knowing what we up against.
So I talked to George a little bit about the turnover that the 49ers had. A lot of turnover on the defense, but also Robert Saleh back.
Oh yeah.
Back as the defensive coordinator, the Niners, one of the top defenses in the entire NFL under the direction of Robert Saleh. What was the reaction like from the defense when you guys found out that Robert Saleh was going to be back?
Me initially, I was like, oh, because I was like kind of nervous. I was like, because I had just screamed at him when we played the Jets. I had made a play and I had screamed at him, and I didn't know if he was gonna remember that.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
No.
He brought it up the first meeting. And it was
Just get it out of the way.
It was a funny, but he's a very energetic person, the energy he's going to bring to the room that he's already bringing to the room, he's putting a lot of confidence in, the secondary and just us and just with coverages that we're playing.
So with all the turnover, how do you guys feel about this upcoming season? How are you guys preparing to fill in some of those shoes?
We're going to bring all the guys along. We got a lot of young guys that we have to bring along. But I feel like, once the culture is in the locker room, that everybody just follow along.
We watched the highlight reel, and you probably remember October 6th. I know you remember that day.
Yeah.
Big game against the Cardinals. Your first career NFL touchdown.
Yes.
Can you take us through that? What was that day like for you? I think you had 3 solo tackles, 8 total tackles, touchdown. That's quite the day for you.
Oh yeah. That day, it was a special day because that was my 25th birthday.
Oh, also your birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
So being able to score a touchdown, my first career touchdown on my birthday, it was a blessing. That's why I kind of like the celebration. Like I blew out the candles. Once again, I involved my teammate Ike Yadam. He came up with the cake, and then I blew the candles out.
I gotta go back and watch that one.
Yeah.
That's great. So what was it like after you scored the touchdown? I mean, I know you got to get right back in game mode, but have you had time to kind of reflect on what that means? A defensive player scoring a touchdown? It doesn't happen all that often.
Yeah, it was like after I scored, we had to get back on defense. Yeah. So I was kind of tired. Then I was like, after the game, I was like, it's cool. But then I was like mad that we lost, because I felt like we should have had that one. But it was still a fun day. I scored on my birthday.
It's a memorable moment right there. Hopefully you got that game ball somewhere. Okay, you got it. Good. I talked to George about this. You guys went 6-11 last season. That's no secret to any of you. And a lot of people are underestimating this team. What gives you confidence in your team this year, both offense and defense?
I would say the way that we finished the season. You know, I felt like we still played with integrity. You know, that game versus the Rams, you know, it was a close game where it was like no touchdowns scored. I felt like that was one of the games like where we was getting our identity back. You know, but even though it was kind of late during the season that we didn't pull it, we pulled it together. I felt like that game was like a set in stone. Like next year we coming.
And they're ready for it. They're ready to see it. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That Super Bowl is coming out there. Do you feel like Brock Purdy? I talked to George about this as well. You know, he got his contract. What kind of leader is he behind the scenes? When you're in the locker room, when everybody's listening to Brock, what kind of leader is he?
You know, Brock is the type of guy, you know, he don't say too much. So when he say something, everybody listen, you know, because he don't speak often. So when greatness speak, you know, you got to listen up.
What was your reaction when you found out about his new deal and that he's going to be the 49ers quarterback for quite some time?
I was happy. I was happy for him. I FaceTimed him, but I know he wasn't going to answer because he was getting a lot of calls. He was getting a lot of calls that day. So I just, you know, I kind of let him breathe. But I told him in the locker room, like, he the greatest quarterback ever. And I just do what he told me.
Yeah, this team really does have a lot of confidence in him.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, is that, I don't envision that being a facade. It doesn't feel that way from the outside. What kind of confidence do you guys have in him?
I mean, he went in there, Miami game 2 years ago when we was down bad. You know, he was our last hope, and he came in there and he made the plays, and I just respect him so much for that. You know, because just going in as the last pick in the draft and being able to take the team, you know, to the NFC, you know, that's, you know, a lot of QBs not doing that.
What are you most looking forward to this upcoming season?
Really the Super Bowl.
I think we let that stand. Deommodore, congratulations. Thanks for joining us. Another live auction